Professor Chan. My name is Marilyn Dominguez. I'm currently in your online class, and today I'm going to explain how Palm Beach State can apply process engineering to the course registration process. So, as we know, Palm Beach State has a certain registration process for classes, and sometimes this process can be overwhelming and it can take a really long time for students to choose their classes because they would first have to go to a guidance counselor to see what classes they need, and then they would have to look for the classes, wait for the registration to start, and then look for some classes if they haven't already been chosen by other students. So as technology advances, there should be an easier way for students to be able to register, and it should be faster. So first I'm going to talk about social technological systems. Social technological systems involves people and technology to create high-performance work system. This is very essential for job designs, and according to the organizational behavior textbook, job design is defined as the process of specifying job tasks and work arrangements, found on page 131. So, having a nice job design can really help out in the process of the course registration, because if the employees are very well organized, then the transition or the process can be faster. Also, social technical systems can be used as advancing technology, such as creating an app for students to quickly, with the touch of a button, be able to register for classes. And since now there's apps being created for, you can create an app of anything, and then creating an app for selecting your courses at Palm Beach State could be much easier, and it could be a much easier process other than the normal where you have to go and use an actual computer and choose your classes, and that sometimes takes a really long time. The next thing, let's see. Oh, one more thing. A social technical system operates on a technical base. So an example could be that email, you could use email or Facebook or like I'm doing YouTube to get announcements out for students to know when they can register for classes. And also, like we use in your class, the Remind app, all students should have an application where they can be notified via text message when the registration for classes is opening, and that way students will know exactly what date they can register. Next, I'm going to talk about automation and robotics. Automation and robotics can be helpful in the field of for guidance counselors. And usually when students first register for courses, they have to go to a guidance counselor and they have to talk to them and decide on what major they want to pursue, and then the guidance counselor will set up classes, will look into the system and see what classes they have to take in order to be able to complete their degree. So creating a system or a little machine that can help students look at the different classes they can take according to their major. This will help students rapidly be able to see which classes they need to take and which classes they don't. This could help with the guidance counselors get all like hectic when there's too many students, because I know that when the registration process when the registration begins, a lot of students go, and they have to wait very long lines that are probably like an hour or two, and they have to wait in those lines because they need to talk to a guidance counselor. But if there's machines or special robotics that can help students pick their classes much easier and faster, then it could be an advantage. Next is flexible manufacturing system. This method can be helpful when using computers and new software. So if Palm Beach State wants to have a faster registration process, they will need to constantly update their software. Employees will then have to be flexible, and they will have to adapt quickly to this process in order for students to have the most advanced updated process, which in turn will help Palm Beach State students to register for courses. Next is electronic offices. So as I explained about the guidance counselor, another good idea would be having conferences via webcam. That way students could stay at their home and have appointments with their guidance counselor that would be much faster. It would take maybe like 5 minutes if they have a simple question, because sometimes students, they go and make the line to talk to a guidance counselor, and they have the simplest questions, such as how many credits do they need in order to graduate. So setting up electronic offices with a guidance counselor and a student could really help the registration process. Next is workflow and process engineering, which means looking deeply at the current processes and looking for new ways to improve. So this process of re-engineering involves looking at what students currently do to register and looking for new ways to improve the system. It may take some time, but in the end it will be worth it, because now a lot of students, as technology is advancing, a lot of students use their phones. So looking into what students use, what methods do they use, like computers, phones, tablets, looking really deeply into that and analyzing what students mostly use is a very good idea in order to help make better the registration process. Also for some people, they might not be as advanced in technology as others, so there should always be something that should never be eliminated is the staff. At least there should be staff to help and clearly explain to students how to register, and there should also be like little workshops for people who want to learn to use technology good and have the opportunity to use technology as a tool to better serve them and help them register for classes much easier than what it is today.